here to pick up the Jeep.
Pickups are by appointment only.
What?
We called earlier that wasn't told to us. We were told that you were open 24 hours.
No, you called earlier and cussed me out and hung up. If you needed some valuable information, maybe you shouldn't have cussed me and hung up.
Shyster outfit.
We were called over to the apartment complex. Said they've been having some issues. I said, please take anything that is not supposed to be there. Looks like some hail damage on the hood, or it parks under an oak tree. No tag. Sticker.
Everything auto.
I'm here to pick up the Jeep.
Okay. Pickups are by appointment only and not there.
What?
Well,
We called earlier that wasn't told to us. We were told that you were open 24 hours.
No, you called earlier and cussed me out and hung up. If you needed some valuable information, maybe you shouldn't have cussed me and hung up.
What a shyster outfit. So when can we make an appointment?
Well, I can get somebody back over to the lot. It's going to be about an hour.
Oh, that's so kind of you. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Shyster outfit.
No, I'll bring it out.
You'll bring the car out?
Yes. Yeah. If you've got keys, I'll bring it out here for you.
How did you get it in here?
Can you come here? My father wants to know how did you tow it without getting put
Tow
in?
it in.
With a tow truck?
Well, duh.
Well,
How did you get it on the trailer?
there's no trailer involved.
How did you tow it then? What did you do with the
Stop.
wheels?
If you didn't put it in neutral, how do you do that?
It's the tow truck, auto loader and dollies. If you don't know anything about a tow truck, then I don't know how else to explain it to you. It goes on the auto loader and dollies. We pick it up and remove it. That's part of the reason for the expense is we don't have keys and it takes special equipment to be able to pick it up and to get it over here.
So was this the only vehicle you took from that property?
No, ma'am. And all you have to do is talk to your property manager. She sends me.
She said it wasn't yeah, she said you only come at night.
She sends me a list of everything that's supposed to be there and is not supposed to be there. So if you're towed, she's the one having you towed. I'm just following orders.
So she specifically called today and said it doesn't belong?
There was a huge problem last night as well as today. Apparently there's no parking at all late night. If you live there, you probably know.
Yeah.
Was it towed? Because I didn't get there till after 11:30, and I was there for less than 5 hours.
Well, again, the only thing that we know is there's no sticker on it. I have no way of knowing who you are, where you're from, who you're with.
What I'm trying to get to, two things. I want to know how you pull it out of that spot. I want to make sure that it wasn't drug out because I've had thousands of cars towed during the course of my law enforcement career.
I'm not in the business to tear up cars, I'll tell you that much.
I would hope not, but I've seen it happen.
Yeah.
By less reputable companies.
Okay, yeah.
I want to make sure that mine's not one of them because I just had work done to it.
If you want to walk over there, I'll be glad to show you.
Please.
So the big boom folds down that grabs the front wheels or the back wheels, whatever direction that needs to be. These little wheels right here go up under the back and it lifts the car straight up. I only have to touch your tires. I don't need to be in it. I don't need to drag it. It picks it straight up from where it's at, and we tow it straight out of here.
So
and
what's under the front tires?
The boom.
Well, it was faced in.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Whichever direction it goes, this folds down and goes under front or rear, whichever way it's facing, and these set of tires go under the front or rear, whichever we're grabbing, and it picks it straight up.
Okay, so the front wheels, in the case of mine,
all
headed down.
All 4 wheels are off the ground.
All 4 wheels are off the ground?
Yes.
But how do you get it out so you can get those wheels under the front, because you can't lift the entire car?
It does actually lift the entire car up.
So both front and back are up on?
Yes, this goes up under, and there's these cam over. Once the bars come across to hold the tires, then you cam these up, lock these in, and it picks it straight up.
And you can do that even though all the weight's on the front tires?
I can do front or rear. It doesn't make any matter. It just picks it straight up.
So you're assuring me that my car wasn't pulled out without?
Oh yeah, we video everything.
Okay.
Everything gets videoed, where it was taken from, the process it took to get it out of there. Again,
And you can understand our upset because she specifically asked because both her mother and I come over and visit her periodically.
Sure.
And we don't stay overnight. I mean, and I got there. She had an appointment today, so I went over there at 11:30. And she had been assured that, you know, if it were during the day, it wasn't a problem, but she had to notify if it was going to be overnight.
Okay.
Which it wasn't. So.
Well, she just sends me a list. Like I said, unfortunately, I'm just following orders. We remove the stuff that's not there. Here's the bad thing on your part. Had we have known, which I have no idea. I have no idea who's. I can't look at a vehicle and know that it's yours and know that it's.
Well, certainly.
But we look for the sticker. When the sticker's not in place, plus it was handicap. If you'd have parked in the handicap spot, that would have been way easier.
There wasn't one available.
Okay.
There's too many partiers at night that are hung over still at noon.
And it's far from my apartment. You can't walk very far.
Okay. Well, that would have been one indication that you would have been if it was a handicap plaque in a handicap spot. But for yours, no sticker, not in a spot. We had no way of knowing who's supposed to be there, who was left overnight, drunk, left there overnight. It's a huge problem, and she sends me a list of things not to tow. So I would urge you to get a hold of her and find out what you need to do to get on the list of not to be towed. Because if you'd have contacted her, she would have sent me the list, I promise. She sends me one every day.
She's going to be contacted.
Okay, she sends me that list of pictures of vehicles not to remove, and she does it daily. So I'm just the bearer of bad news, I guess.
You understand our position. There's a level of incompetence here. We're trying to determine where that incompetence originates.
Okay.
And I'm sure you can understand.
I do, and again, it's just no disrespect. When you're short with me on the phone, you hang up, you call me names. It makes me not want to help, and I am only there to help.
And the reason for that was she had just talked to the manager at the apartment,
okay.
So she was hot.
Okay. No, I understand. So, I understand, but yeah. Please don't take it out on me. I'm just doing what I'm following orders.
Well, now that we see the procedure, obviously the problem is with the apartment complex.
Yes.
And I just want to ensure that it's told properly.
Yes.
Like I said,
if you need that video, you can look it up at any time. But we've got the entire process where everything is picked up and removed and dollied, and we make sure, because of this reason, because I get people that come to me and say, hey, you tore up my car, hey, you scratched it here, you scratched it there. No, I didn't. I've got video. We do video walk around of where it's at, how it's picked up, and how it's removed, and we video every one that's removed, so just to cover ourselves. No, we do not have to get in the car whatsoever.
Do they get any money for people getting towed?
They do not. They do not. They contract us to come out and help with the situation, and it's really overwhelming right now over there.
Because you should. I mean,
they were calling me at 3 o'clock this morning because there was no place to park, and then they said they called the police department, and it's been, these last 2 or 3 days have been really crazy. Now, we've had the contract with them for about 2 months, so.
Yeah, it's never been an issue when they came to visit.
Yeah,
because we come periodically.
Because they told me specifically.
Yes. Come over for dinner and whatever.
Well, moving forward, I would urge you to either get that in writing from her, that way you know for sure that you've talked to her, and then she relays that message to me. Because like I said, she just emails me pictures of things that need to not be touched that are okay. And that's the only way. Because,
well, she's a terrible manager.
Well, I mean, you'll have to get with her on that. You really will. I have no control over how she runs her parking lot.
We understand that.
But put a note on the dash. Say, well, I'm here. Here's my phone number.
Sure that it wasn't an issue, so there was no.
You thought you were okay. You thought you were okay.
Yeah.
Well, if you can't trust her to do,
obviously,
then just try and cover yourself. Put a note on the dash and say, hey, here's my phone number. I'm here visiting. Yeah. Call me.
If I would have known that was an issue, because when I got there at 11:30 this morning, the handicap spots were filled, but there was a lot of parking space over there.
Yeah, it wasn't even an issue during the day. The issue is at night.
Yeah.
When the creeps upstairs don't sleep and have a bunch of women over.
Well, an hour before this one, she had called me during the day, so there's no way of knowing who's laying over and who's not.
Way to know,
And I tell you this note thing, if you put your phone number in it, that way they can contact you, because we've had a lot of them do that too. They'll put a note in and say, hey, I'm just here visiting, and then we'll look at the note and it'll be 3 o'clock in the morning where they've stayed for a week or they're living there. One family and 3 families living in one. So it's really frustrating to us because we just don't know when we get there. The only thing I have is a picture that she says do not tow. I don't have anything that says it's okay. They don't have a sticker. She's very good at sending me, when people get new cars or people that have just moved in, she'll send me those pictures. So either get it in writing from her or an email. That way, if the confusion is none. So
$100 is a lot. You can see, like, that's not a drop in the bucket.
It is, and I tried to explain that. I try to explain that it's a complicated procedure. When I don't have keys and it's in a tight parking spot, you have to have the equipment to be able to do it safely, and then that just reflects our fees for helping her. And I'm sorry, and I'll make sure that you've got a receipt and everything is documented on it. Everything's up here. If you need to get that emailed to her and say, hey, what the heck, you told me I could be here, give her that receipt. Tell her you got towed and you weren't on the list and you talked to her. I hope that it's not just a phone conversation that she can dismiss.
It won't be.
Get it, but make sure it's in an email or a text. Try to cover yourself. I mean,
you can be assured she will.
Like I said, I hate it. I do. I hate the situations, but if you live there, like I said, you know, it's very bad over there right now. It's very bad.
And the unfortunate thing is the people who are responsible residents and not causing problems are the ones who suffer like this. It
is unfortunate, and I've seen that time and time. We've got multiple places that want us to come and help, and obviously, yeah, sometimes the responsible ones do suffer. But like I said, that's where the problem lies. You've got one apartment and 3 people living in it, and then you've got 5 cars per. And then before you know it, we're getting those calls at 3 o'clock in the morning. Say, hey, I've had a hard day. I've worked all day and I just want to park my car and go to sleep, but there's nowhere to park. So then that's when she gets on to me for not doing my job. So
yeah,
when
that's the thing that, I mean, her son lived there and they have 1 car. So I mean, it's not like they're the ones that are the problem.
Yeah, I promise we've towed a lot of cars out of there, and I don't know if it's helping or if they're just going right back.
Because they're ignorant people who live here.
They just go right back to the same habits.
People here.
Well, I'm sorry. There's that. And like I said, if you got keys, it's just insurance purposes for me bringing it out of the lot.
Well, it's easier for me to get it into if I have a little bit of room too. So.
Yeah, I'll make sure we'll pull it right here, and I'll make sure you've got room right here.
Thank you for meeting us.
You're very welcome. And dear, the same thing works. If you go home and you don't have a place to park and it's overrun, keep my number on that receipt. Call me and say, hey, I don't have a place to park and I'm just trying to go home. It doesn't matter. We're there to do our job. We really are. And if that means that we come and tow them away but I got to know they don't have the sticker. So if you know for sure who the problem area is, it helps me to be able to get you a parking spot. So and you don't even have to call me. You can text that number. Just text me a picture and say, hey, I'd just like to go home and go to sleep. Can you come and remove this when it doesn't have a sticker? And it works. It works for me too. So I'm sorry.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Well, it is what it is, guys. And I try to explain it the best I can on that stuff. And you heard me tell them, just, you could have parked in a handicap spot and that would have made it easier, or you could have had, you know, called and been put on the list to not tow. They know it's a problem. They live there. You heard them firsthand. It's horrible over there, and they don't know what to do. And you know, they kind of changed their mind on yelling and screaming at me because they know, well, there was no place to park, and the overnight drunks just lay over and take up parking spots. Well, it's the same thing when we pull up. I don't know if you're just an overnight drunk that's there. I have no way of looking at that vehicle and knowing who it belongs to and what the situation is. And it's a simple process. Just get a hold of your property manager and get on that list, because she does a very good job of sending me things that are not supposed to be there. So if I've got that picture, then I know you're okay. And you know, either that or write the note and make sure you got your phone number on it. But I think she's upset enough, and now she's going to call. Well, I'll call you. I'll call you at 2 o'clock in the morning, because I know I don't have a place to park, and maybe you are the good guy. Maybe you're not the scum that she called me on the phone when she hung up on me, or
Shyster outfit.
I don't know. I'm just doing my job, and if I'm not doing my job, then the property manager is going to contact me and yell at me and find another company. So just do your thing. Get a sticker or contact the property manager and just correspond with that manager and get on the list. It's a very easy process. Very easy.
Ouch! Hey, I think it closed.
You will never get that open again.
Wow, it still works! Look at that! It still works! Remember when you were a kid, guys? You put playing cards in your spokes? I could reenact that for you right now in a car. Oh, it's gonna quit doing it now.
It's gonna quit. You fixed it.
I fixed it.
When you back up, it fixes it.
I fixed it. Okay, never mind.
All right, guys, over at the office here today, got some goodies. I got all kinds of goodies, guys. Somebody stopped by and gave us some more ring pops, puppies, get some treats. We've got some cars and lots of goodies, guys. I mean, we appreciate that a bunch, keeping us going here. Also wanted to show you guys some of this stuff. Cash app needed. Too much ID information, so I went through good old guy route with a check. Let's see if we can not show.
Jerry Miller
sent us some cash to help out with the cause. So thank you, Jerry. We appreciate that. And look at this, guys.
This is from Marianne Coper.
I mean, that's just cool. That's just cool. It doesn't need to say anything more to get us smiling and really help us through the day. And Wanda St. Clair has sent us stuff for our grandbaby, and she says she's still praying for Mamaw Debbie. So thank you. Mamaw Debbie will take all of those that she can get. She's doing better, feeling good. Look at that, guys. Strawberries, a strawberry dress. That's going to be adorable. So thank you, Wanda. We appreciate that. Anyway, just wanted to tell you guys, thank you, YouTube family. We love you.
Everything auto.
I'm gonna put my EMO.
Oh, you're a big coward.
Okay, guys. Well, I guess we should start out with Kendra. Just kind of make note of the date and time of the crazy
Previous phone call
in this clip where he decides to do that. Calls us at least once a day, I guess.
He calls us a lot. We're trying to keep track of the phone numbers, the dates, and the time. That's the first time I've been able to record it. And if we get he's spoofing a phone number, so we're trying to gather evidence that we can take over to the police department because he is making threats.
Anyway, guys, welcome back to the channel. If you heard the video clip before, I just kind of wanted to talk a little bit about these little video clips. And I know we've put out videos of our phone conversations that we get, the hateful comments and hateful phone calls. And this one's kind of, I don't know, this one's more unique. It's boring in the fact that I could bring you all of the clips from this guy that calls us once a day, but it would just be boring because he just immediately hangs up. But you know, guys, when you were, I don't know, I'm gonna show my age, I guess. I'm 46 years old, and you remember when you were a little kid, you were 10 years old, and it was really exciting to get on the phone and prank call somebody and you know, and give them your best 10-year-old laugh after you told them some crazy joke, like your best 10-year-old laugh. It's crazy, you know. You'd call somebody, is your refrigerator running? And then they'd say, yeah, it's running. You might want to go catch it, or just one of those 10-year-old. Well, this is what this guy reminds me of, and I'm sure he watches the channel. So I just wanted to kind of put this out there in one of the clips that we happened to catch, and you know, I want to say, by the time I was 13, maybe 14, I'd quit doing this stuff. But we've got a guy here, we've got a grown man that is still doing these prank phone calls, and it's kind of mind-boggling. But I mean, if he does watch the channel, which I'm sure he does, I just wanted to say thank you for keeping your 10-year-old mentality to a minimum. Because, like I said, he will call and he will blurt out some horrendous thing and think that he's got it. His best 10-year-old come back, and then he'll hang up immediately.
Such a coward to just hang up.
But he keeps it short. Like he doesn't take up any of my time. You know, he'll call me whatever he wants to call me, and he'll immediately hang up. So it's short and sweet, and you know, I gotta give him that. It's at least he makes us smile for 10 seconds.
Because we're laughing at him.
But yeah, guys, I just wanted to, I didn't know it was a thing, guys. You know, I thought 30 years ago, 35 years ago, when was I 10 years old?
It was a long time ago.
It was a long time ago, anyway. But that was a good time back then. You know, that was back when you had a party line too. You could get on the phone and you know, if somebody else was on it, you'd butt in on their conversation, and you'd ask them when they were going to be done, and then you could proceed with your phone call. And it's just different times back then, and I'm just really surprised that people still, to this day, grown man will still call and try to prank call somebody, and he uses spoof numbers like he's on a mission. He's really doing something. You know, he's got 15 different spoof numbers, and I'm really proud of him. He does a good job.
The amount of time that he dedicates to prank calling us with his 10-second clip is incredible.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Do you get a burner phone? Do you
How do you have that much time?
I've got so many things to do. I could not devote the time to do this once a day to somebody. I mean, I personally couldn't, but I guess he can. But yeah, I just, you know, whoever he is out there, thank you for keeping it short and sweet. And I just thought I'd bring you guys that little clip. Kendra's going to have to do some amazing editing because it's pretty vulgar in the one clip that we caught. But we've got multiple out there, so I'm sure she'll bring to you guys a fantastic thing. And it seems like you guys like to hear our ornery phone calls. We try to keep the channel clean, but boy, let me tell you, we get some ornery phone calls. So if you don't want to miss out on any of those, stick around and stay tuned.